هذا رأيه دكتور أحمد كريمة أستاذ الشريعة بجامعة الأزهر. شكرا جزيلا وجودك معنا دكتور.
شكرا، وسامحينا على نحن نغير فقط على الإسلام وعلى كرامة الإسلام،
أهم حاجة
وعلى سمعة الإسلام.
حضرتك قلت كلام كتير قاسي، بس ما فيش حاجة فيهم، ما فيش حاجة في كلامك لا فيها سب ولا قذف ولا تدني في الألفاظ. يعني قلت ما قلت اللي هو يعني.
تأذني لي بآية واحدة
أرجوك.
حتى يعذرون الناس. الله قال في سورة الأنعام: إن الذين فرقوا دينهم وكانوا شيعا لست منهم في شيء. الذين يفرقون الدين إلى أحزاب وإلى مذهبيات وإلى عصبيات، وإذا وسد الأمر لغير أهله كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم: فانتظر الساعة. وقال: إن من علامات الساعة أن يتكلم الرويبضة في دين الله. قالوا: وما الرويبضة يا رسول الله؟ قال: الرجل التافه. مثل ما استمعنا في المصادمات الإعلامية المنسوبة إلى الدين زورا. وحسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل، وأفوض أمري إلى الله، إن الله بصير بالعباد. لا نقول غير هذا. ضاع إسلامنا، سمعته ومكانته ضاعت تحت أقدام النخاس الفكرية والتعصب المذهبي، فإلى الله نشكو.
The second ploy is to create an entirely false dichotomy between the Arabs and Iran. The painting of Iran as some kind of devil, some kind of demon that's somehow sitting up late at night planning how to convert all of you to their brand of Islam. The division of the Arabs, not this time between fake states, but the division of the Arabs into confessional, sectarian difference, which can become so profound if acted upon that it acts as a means of turning the Muslims against each other, of fighting even each other, of vying with each other to ally themselves with the Western countries that have come up with this plan. And I've got to tell you, the melancholy truth is that it's already beginning to look like the Arabs will fall for Sykes-Picot too, just as so many of them did fall for Sykes-Picot 1. And if I'm right in that fear, then the Arabs will have no better a century in the 21st than they had in the 20th century. So it's part of my mission in life is to beg the Arab street not to be fooled again. Please don't think that they care about your religions. Please don't think that they care about your confession, your particular sect. They only care about continuing to own and control the Arab world because of the wealth which lies underneath it and because of the strategic importance which it holds and continues. Neither should you fall for the canard that the West has a preference of one kind of Muslim over another. They couldn't give a damn. Now the truth is this: whatever minor differences of theology or culture exist between Sunnis and Shiites, they are minor compared to the much more important differences which I have been describing both this evening and in the last show. Those differences, which were themselves exacerbated by Sykes-Picot, were a remarkably successful ploy which succeeded for the best part of 100 years. These differences which exist are being exacerbated deliberately, are being worked on by men who don't even know the difference between Sunni and Shia, would struggle even to find a dictionary definition for that difference. But what they know is if they support the Shiites here, they can achieve their goals and objectives, and if they support the Sunnis here, they can achieve their goals and objectives, and even better, they can make the Sunnis in this country feel that the Shiites in that country and vice versa are their enemies, then eureka, you've done it again. Cities. Jerusalem is in the hands of a foreign army. The Arabs are doing nothing about it. And they'll never do anything about it if you keep them busy on a sectarian basis. Oil. And we're not all that interested in Mecca and Medina, believe me. The West is very happy to leave that to the Arabs and the Muslims. What they're interested in is Saudi Arabia's wealth. And if it becomes unstable enough in Saudi Arabia, you'll discover a new love in the West for the oppressed Shiites in Saudi Arabia. Trust me. Thank you. If they fool you for a second time, shame not on us but on you. How are they achieving this? First of all, by completely exaggerating the importance of the differences between Sunni and Shiite Muslims, which are pre-existing, no doubt, which are ancient and historic, no doubt, which are serious at times, no doubt, theological, cultural differences, but not nearly as great as the differences between, say, the Arabs as a whole. And
what can we do to prevent Sunni Shia civil war in Islam, which is Dajjal's plan, and which, if it does occur, will bring catastrophe after catastrophe on this ummah? Pakistan won't survive. I said, number one, call a spade a spade. The same foolish behavior, same foolish conduct which led to Libya now becoming a Zionist state, the same foolish conduct which could lead to Syria becoming another Zionist state, that is the same foolish conduct which is now beating the drums of war against the Shia, Protestant Islam. Call a spade a spade. Let the Ummah call a spade as part of the effort to try to save this Ummah from civil war. I said there's a role for the ulama and the khatib from the mimbar, that the ulama must acquire that political knowledge and insight to understand what is happening in the world today. An alim is supposed to be someone outstanding. إِنَّمَا يَخْشَى اللَّهَ مِنْ عِبَادِهِ الْعُلَمَاء الْعُلَمَاءُ وَرَثَةُ الْأَنْبِيَاءِ. So the ulama, if they are ulama, must have political knowledge and political insight into what's happening in the world today. And they must stand up on the mimbar and explain to the people, so that as a result of what is taking place on the mimbar, we might be able to save the world of Islam from civil war. And finally, there is a role that every single Muslim must play. Wherever in the world you are, whatever the smallest effort that you can make, do make it, to try to prevent that civil war from taking place. Now,
ce piège de la polarisation, il marche. Si vous écoutez les débats aujourd'hui en Tunisie, ça fait peur, parce que vraiment on est dans une polarisation qui à terme peut paralyser en fait. Elle peut être tout à fait contre-productive, c'est-à-dire des mouvements populaires qui vont être paralysés par la polarisation idéologique. Soit on est laïque, soit on est islamiste. On n'arrive pas à se mettre d'accord, mais c'est pas ça la question. La question c'est comment on libère le pays, comment on éduque le peuple, comment on s'occupe de la pauvreté, comment est-ce que, ce que tu disais, c'est ça les vraies questions. Or maintenant on est dans le formalisme qui polarise et qui en fait empêche le vrai débat de fond. Et c'est la même chose en Égypte, où on va faire des histoires sur est-ce qu'il faut mettre charia dans la constitution ou non, on pousse les gens, ces ennemis-là. Et en plus, il faudra bien tenir en compte une chose, c'est pour le monde musulman la réalité des relations chiites-sunnites, un des grands éléments de l'avenir. Parce que là aussi, les musulmans tombent dans le piège. Quand on entend, moi j'ai beaucoup de respect pour un certain nombre de nos savants, mais j'ai beaucoup d'inquiétude quand j'entends jusqu'au cheikh Youssouf al-Qaradawi mettre en évidence qu'il faut lutter contre l'expansion du chiisme, il faut faire très attention, et qui va jusqu'à dire que la révolte au Bahreïn est sectaire, c'est-à-dire ce sont des chiites qui s'opposent. Et là c'est très très grave, parce que c'est pas vrai. Factuellement, chiites et sunnites sont contre un régime, mais il ne fallait pas que le Bahreïn tombe. Parce que le Bahreïn, c'était les pétromonarchies. Et l'Arabie Saoudite, le Qatar, immédiatement interviennent et bouclent, ne permettent pas à ce que ça se passe. Comme s'il y a des révolutions qu'on salue et il y a des révolutions que l'on empêche.